We just can't be inconvenienced enough to make the billionaires feel it is probably one of the most important things about what you said. It's a cop out to blame each other instead of ignoring the fact that because of our culture, we lack trust between each other and also between us and our government. It's implied in our Constitution, it's implied in how we handle our judicial system. There's always an innate lack of trust between each other when it comes to the American culture or the American public. Once we understand that, take accountability and responsibility for that, and we can start being proactive and building that sense of trust and that new culture that we think will actually be able to sustain a world in America that will allow for humanist approaches to things like labor, production, consumption, etc., etc. We also can't ignore the fact that uprisings are met with militant force. I think Americans really do lean heavily on hope when they believe that their own government won't raise a gun against them. Again, that idea, right, is already set in the Constitution. Our Second Amendment is our right to bear arms, and every other conversation about arms is the conversation of whether or not we deserve to be able to have the equipment to be more powerful than our government. Why would that even be the question if there isn't uh, a sense of other between the people and the government? Which is interesting because then we call ourselves the trailblazers in regards to democracy, but we could talk about democracy. It's a fake, imbalanced system of checks and balances that lead to the government blaming us when things aren't right by saying that we didn't vote, even though they know that because of this system, there's nowhere that we can really place blame so that nobody is held accountable for the imbalances that we all are forced to experience. Just think about why America became America. The rich slavers didn't want to have to pay taxes to the British, but they also weren't paying for labor. That's why strikes won't work. This country wasn't built to build a better life for the people. This country was built to give those who want to be exploiters by any means to be able to do that and have no accountability to any government. That's the reason why the police aren't here to protect you. The police are here to protect property. If you're a poor person, you don't own much property, and they sure aren't coming to protect your property. Unless labor can be entifyed and somehow calculated into the capitalist system in this country, there's no way for it to be protected, regulated, or considered under this grand structure because of the way that this economy was built from gate. It requires a cultural shift, is all I'm saying.